the Internet of Things plays a big role in Brazil since it has the potential to boost the business. I'm here with Mariana Vasconcelos. She is the CEO of Agrosmart. So tell about what you are doing and how did the startup begin?
So we are the leading digital agriculture platform in Latin America, and we are monitoring the crops with real-time data from sensors in the fields and combining that with satellite imaging and generating recommendation and market intelligence for farmers, for food industries, and for agrochemical industries. It always started because I'm daughter of farmers, so my dad was having a lot of trouble to make decisions in the fields, like trusting his intuition, the neighbors, to decide what to do. So I was working with IoT before in other sectors of the economy, and we realized like how big the opportunity was, because agriculture in Brazil represents 25% of the GDP, and we said like, why don't we try to solve this problem which we have in our own homes? So we bought a lot of sensors from different parts of the world and started testing them in my dad's farm, seeing how they would react to harsh environments, and very few of them actually presented a trustworthy data. And the second barrier was connectivity. So in areas like Latin America, Africa, we have very poor infrastructure and connectivity. So many farms don't have any connectivity, and some of them have some kind of internet or cell phone signal in their homes, but that's not what their fields are. So they can actually collect data from the field, and so that also means technology coming from the US, from Israel, they have a lot of trouble entering the markets here because they're not ready to handle the situation where they don't have a GSM connection directly from the sensor.
And how did you solve that?
So we have developed a long range mesh network which can reach over 15 kilometers between each node, where we collect the data, the sensors are repeaters themselves, and then we gather this data in the central, which is usually in the house, and send the data over to the internet. And we continue to be the only companies that are doing that successfully here. And because we got the data first, we now use a lot of machine learning and artificial intelligence to learn from tropical agriculture, which is also very different, to generate, like, so we have the best irrigation recommendation models, the best weather forecast here as well.
And besides the connectivity, what do you think the challenges are to bring IoT to rural areas?
I think it's not only enough to actually have the connectivity, but it's we need to be able to work directly and well with the carriers. So it's very hard to buy directly from them SIM cards or to establish a deal to be able to use specific bands or networks. It's also hard to have enough suppliers who are willing to enter this market and to provide and believe in the potential of the business, because it's not so many sensors, but it's more about the value added in the whole chain. So we need them to work together with us. Like we see a lot of carriers and people trying to enter the agribusiness vertical because they know it's a big business, but they are trying to bring it their own, even when they don't have the knowledge of the market. So I think it would be very cool to see the collaboration between these different players in the industry to bring value to the farmer.
And make a balance between in what stage are we today on IoT adoption on farms in Brazil and the potential that you are targeting.
We have in Brazil around 56 million hectares who are farmed. Like the arable land is more than 500 million hectares, and that will increase a lot to increase production for food production. And still farmers use very few technology. 15% of farmers in Brazil use precision agriculture, and IoT is like still one step ahead. So there is a long work of these new digital companies, digital startups, to create awareness and to help bridge farmers to a digital inclusion. So like we can't only display sensors there, telemetric doesn't work. We need to support them on how to use this information, how to apply that to their daily operation, so they can see the results, see the return on the investment, and increase adoption. So it's a very early market, but I think is the one who will grow the most on food production. Actually, Latin America is the second largest market for these after US.
So thank you a lot for this interview.
Thank you so much.
I'm Mariana Vasconcelos. Follow all future news at rcrwireless.com.